Great evening, everyone. It's been a minute since I made a video, but I'm just trying to put out a video that can benefit us in a positive way. Like, I don't want to just keep making videos, trash talking, smashing people, and then nothing ever happens. Yeah, you can expose them, but then they just do 10 times worse. So I'm trying to figure out all these patterns because I've been seeing it since I was a little kid. And I saw, we'll start with, what's his name? Former President Bush Sr., his funeral. Why did they televise his funeral for a whole week? It was driving me nuts. I was like, alright, the dude's dead. Whatever, see you later. What's going on? May God have mercy on his soul and his whole family. But they keep showing it every day, every day, every day, every day. So I start researching what's really going on in the world. France was going through their riots because Macron, he did something with a gas tax and an electric tax. It was like diesel, gas, then electric, but then they just kept raising it. They told him you had to switch from one to the other. I don't remember the whole details of it. I just remember it was something with that, and they were blaming it on Muslims, and that's when there was a lot of knife stabbings going on in France. But they were trying to cover it up with Bush Sr.'s funeral, which took over a week, and then all these Q supporters, all these people, when they started handing out the envelopes and people started opening them and reading them, you could see Jeb Bush's face, you could see Laura Bush's face, you could see what's her name, Obama, and the other guy. You could see them all, the way they were looking at those envelopes. Everyone was like, oh yeah, this is going to be the beginning of it. Nothing ever happened. They just all made fun of it. No one knew what was going on. And then you get to Macron and his history. Who is Macron and who is his wife? The person who is pretending to be his wife. Who is that? Because I don't make up stuff. I don't. You know what I mean? If I hear something, I'll look into it, and I've been looking into it. And you look at the pictures of that boy when he was a little boy, and then the woman he became when he was Macron's teacher. It's the same face, same dimple lines, same teeth, even the separating teeth, same middle, whole same teeth, whole same this, eyes, everything. Looks exactly like him. Even his sisters came out and said, no, that's not who he is. He was a man in transition. So we look at that. We look at the patterns I'm seeing in my mind. Why did they make such a big deal about Bush dying? They wanted to hide what was going on in France. France is one of the most corrupt countries. They think they're special. Macron, shame on you. I hope God has mercy on your soul. That's all I could say about you and all your people around you. Because to be able to cover this up, because it's no coincidence right now that we got the whole Epstein pedophilia thing trying to be exposed, but they keep shoving it under the rug and different versions of it. But then we have all of our leaders, they all shake hands and they all smile together. So I know this is what they call an operation, but if you want to know the truth, you need to go look back at JFK, the Mossad, and what JFK was trying to do. He was trying to separate all the federal agencies because they were all corrupted, and he knew this, but they used him for the space race, and then they killed him. I honestly believe that they used JFK, President JFK, as a sacrifice for the Democratic Party, because if JFK ran as a Republican, I don't think the Democratic Party would exist today. Honestly, that's my opinion. I don't care if you believe me. So all these patterns I'm recognizing you got Bush's funeral starting right before COVID started, and then things got a little worse, and then COVID started because people were just experiencing the truths of this world. The truth is being revealed to all the people in the world. And then you have this new wave of media who pretends that they're truthers, that's what I'm getting to. This is what I'm talking about. So you can talk about it and expose it, but there's no action behind it. So what I'm talking about is all these media outlets who are pretending to be truthers, but all they use is like, what do you call it? Those key words, that trigger words. They'll use trigger words to get your attention, and then they'll degrade someone, but they have no way of implementing some kind of solution. You know, everyone is just on this bandwagon of making fun of the people. No, how about what I think should happen if President Trump, the real President Trump, all the people who are really in DC taking over, you should make it to where the media is not allowed to dictate the timeline. Because you got all these media companies who are working together to make sure that the people don't know what's going on. And then the same lies that you guys talk about, then once the media talks about it, then you're like, oh yeah, well actually this is what's going on. So it's Mossad, P2, P3 Masons, the whole propaganda, the whole P2, P3, that whole regime. I pray the good Lord has mercy on your guys' soul, and you just do what's right for this world, for this earth. If not, then may God have mercy on your soul. Like I said, you're going to return to Sheol, and I'm going to be putting you inside my car for $1.19 a gallon, you know. So, but yeah, that's basically what's going on. Everybody wants to lie. Everybody wants to wait for the media to tell them what to do. Everybody wants to be a good puppy. They want to stay on a short leash. No, I'm cutting all the leashes off. No one needs a leash. No one even needs the media. We don't need no one to lie to us. I want you guys to do your jobs correctly and figure out who all needs to be made an example of, and then they should start doing it. You know what I mean? That would be great. And then you could come back to reality, and then all you people who are trying to push a false apocalypse or a false Armageddon, because apocalypse means revelation of truth, and then you have these Satanists and these evil people, the Mossad and P2 and all these people pretending to be religious leaders. They're actually Satanists, and they want to try to start an artificial Armageddon, and that's not possible. This is the God created. This earth is full of abundance, and all they can use is false technology and fake media reports to try to control your mind. But if you open up your eyes and listen with your ears, then you can see what's really going on and hear what's going on, and open up your heart so you can feel it inside and go to where God is telling you to go. Don't put no fear campaigns, no nothing. Just like I said, I don't believe in any anti-gravity. Anti-gravity was created so that way they can make you guys believe in a globe, so make you believe you're lost in space, and that levitation and the laws of electromagnetism, depending on the density of the environment, if you add a positive charge, then it'll make it more dense, and then it'll come back down towards the earth because the earth's magnetic charge, positive charge, and then neutral charge, and then you have the if you add a negative charge to an object, it'll make it levitate. So I don't believe in any kind of anti-gravity, Area 51, any of these underground military bases, or nuclear testing. And as a matter of fact, nuclear testing was just used so that way they can make underground cities to try to get you guys to believe in globalism, to make you believe you're trillions of light years separated from my father, and then to make you guys believe that you could be forced into an artificial Armageddon. None of that is real. If you look at the original maps and the original Bible, I believe, in my personal opinion, we were already one earth, and the mountains and the islands have already been separated. In Revelations, the 6th veil, chapter 6, 6th veil. And they're trying to, that's why they say history repeats to those who believe. What does it say? It's not even the real one, but what I say is, you guys are so dumb that you would allow them to repeat the history to you over and over again, because they added, I don't know how many years of a timeline, of a false timeline they added to you, so that way or that's probably when Satan came in and he started destroying the cities, because every major city was burned under, they say, a fire that started by a cow that kicked over a lantern, or some lady accidentally boiled too much tea, or this and that. But then you have structural buildings that look like they were exploded, like it looked like World War II type explosions, and that happened all over America. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you expect Jesus to come back, he's not going to come back to any confusion or delusion. You're going to know the truth, you're going to know where you're at, and you're going to start reading the Bible literally from the first page. We are at the center of creation. This earth was created for us. We are here for a very special reason. And if you don't get along with that, then you're going to see what's going to happen. So, have a wonderful day. Go ahead, put this video in half speed and learn everything I was talking about. Don't take any of my words. Don't take anything that I say as true. Go learn and verify it for yourself. Have a wonderful day.